Good evening again. My name is Dan Bowers. Welcome to the commencement for the class of 2022. We've got Vocal Vibe that is getting ready. Once they are ready to perform, we'll ask you to stand for the singing of the national anthem, and then they have one number after that. All set. You're invited to stand.
Adventures do you seek on your swift travels to the ocean deep? What do you expect to find so far away from home? And I'll miss you, promise you won't be gone long. River, on your way, sing out your greatest song. I'll be here upon the shore, waiting for your safe return.
That was our vocal vibe under the direction of Ms. Renee Meisner. Thank you very much. Good evening. Welcome. Parents, grandparents, family members, guests, welcome to the culmination of a long journey, longer than probably what most of us had in our school years with the interruptions of COVID and whatnot. But this group has been resilient. They've been excellent leaders within the school and have stuck through and pushed through, and I'm just so proud of them and so glad that we've come to this day. And sorry the weather wasn't better, but I think this is a nice venue just the same. Before we start, I'd like to recognize two students who are members of the senior class who came to live to the United States for the year as exchange students. So would Merrill Hayton and Kira Lim please come to the stage? Kira's first, and then Merrill's the second one. Both are from the Netherlands. Both came this summer, immersed themselves in the life at Lawrence High School. Merrill played JV varsity field hockey, varsity lacrosse this year. She reiterated to me when I asked her for a list of activities that she enjoyed every single class she was in and made amazing friendships here that she will never forget. And to quote, going to football games on Friday was amazing. Kira participated in a plethora of activities, starting with marching band, did fall cheering, winter cheering, vocal vibe, chorus, and outdoor track. I would just like to present both girls with certificates of attendance for their time here as a memento, and just wish them all the best, that they will be forever in our hearts. There are two other individuals I would like to call to the stage at this time, Maximus Openshaw and Nicholas Cody. It's difficult to see with the lights up here. Maximus and Nicholas are both headed into the military. You guys can face the crowd. Max into the Army and Nicholas into the Air Force. Having never had to serve myself, I do value the freedoms that these two are committing to protecting, and I just thought it would be an opportune time now to share our appreciation and show our appreciation for not only these two, but for our veterans in our services. At this time, without further ado, I would like to call Mr. Tyler Duran, our Social Studies Department Chair, to the podium to introduce the Salutatorian of the class of 2022, the first of 3 honor parts speakers for this evening. Mr. Duran.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight and attending the commencement ceremony for the class of 2022. Without all of you, this would not be possible. Senior class, congratulations. Every one of you has worked extremely hard to get here. However, none of you have worked quite as hard as the young man that I am about to introduce. And I know this because I've had the pleasure of having him in class for the last 3 years. Literally 3 years. Like an hour a day, every day, for 3 years. It's been a lot, but in a good way. I'm here tonight to introduce the 2022 Salutatorian for Lawrence High School, Mr. Gage Earl Boudreau. Now, Gage, I know Earl isn't your middle name, but I think it fits quite well. And like I've always said in class, never let the truth get in the way of a good story. So just for tonight, you're going to be Gage Earl Boudreau. Now, Boudreau, as many of you probably know, is a French word. And a quick Google search told me that it loosely translates into man with large muscles and mustache. Which seems pretty fitting. And if you know anything about the French, they're great at 3 things: fashion, academics, and coming in second place to the British. I'm here tonight to show you all how Mr. Boudreau exemplifies these fine characteristics. Born and raised in Benton, Maine, the second child of Don and Gary Boudreau, Gage has always had ambition, dedication, and drive. Kind and compassionate, he has routinely aimed high and worked hard, achieving many goals and setting new ones for himself, never settling for second place. Well, besides being salutatorian to a guy named Nathaniel Pierce, which is about as British as you can get. Anyways, Gage has always had lofty life goals. For example, when asked by his first grade teacher what he wanted to be when he grew up, he responded that he wanted to be a farm animal. He had no real preference on what type of animal. He just wanted to chill on a farm, drink some milk, eat some oats and hay. However, once the impracticality of this endeavor set in, and the realization that most farm animals, well, you know, Gage set his future sights on being a surgeon, a master of medical arts with adroit skill and technique. But again, Gage realized that this was improbable. He was a bit too squeamish for the surgical table, most likely stemming from a pig dissection gone awry in science class. So like many a middle schooler, he renewed his focus in a different direction, becoming a world-class weightlifter. Gage approached lifting weights the same way he approached his studies, with dedication, tenacity, a pair of Crocs, and shorts that you wished were just a little bit longer. But hey, that's the fashion nowadays, am I right? If you don't believe me, just ask Trey Goodwin, Jack Gibson, and Nate Pierce. And while Gage has always been crushing his academics, now he started to smash plates as well, bench pressing over 420 pounds and becoming the national champion in 2019 for his age group. That's right, in 2019, Gage Boudreau was ranked #1 in the nation. How about a round of applause for that? Now, I have taught at Lawrence High School for 13 years, and it is rare for me to see a student who cares as much, tries as hard, and masters skills as quickly as Gage does. During his sophomore year in geography class, he aced everything that I threw at him. And when we went fully remote, and Gage had done enough to earn a P for the class, you remember the PF semester? I really wanted to give him a P+, but unfortunately that was not allowed. Imagine what that would have done to your GPA. You were so close. Anyways, at the end of the course, Gage emailed me asking if I was teaching AP next year. And when I said yes, he responded in classic Gage fashion, epic. To which I responded, totally. So for the next year and a half, I was constantly and consistently amazed with his work ethic, his outgoing personality, his grit, his drive, and his humor. No matter what mood I was in, when Gage walked in my room, he made me smile, oftentimes laugh. Because I knew I had a student in front of me who would engage in any material I presented and who would ask inquisitive questions. A student who wanted to learn, who wanted to make things fun, and who wanted to be the best. Many times, Gage, you were the best. That was proven this year when you were the recipient of the Maine Principals Award and the Daughters of the American Revolution Award for outstanding citizenship, conspicuous attainments, and excellent scholarship. These awards are only given to one graduating senior per Maine high school, and Gage received them both. Aside from his academic accolades, Gage has been an integral part of the Lawrence High School community. He is a member of the National Honor Society, varsity golf team, a captain for both indoor and outdoor track, where he finished in the top 10 in the state last weekend in shot put. Gage also ran in one cross-country meet his senior year, where he led the race for the first 5 seconds, with some witnesses claiming it was closer to 10 seconds. Either way, it was quite an impressive start and finish to his cross-country career. Next year, Gage will attend the University of Maine, where he will major in mechanical engineering, and maybe, just maybe, join the football team. But probably not. While his departure will leave a major void in my classroom, it will at least provide more shoulder space while walking down the hallway. I think I speak for many on the faculty and staff when I say, I'm going to miss you, Gage. For the past 3 years, you have challenged me to be a better teacher, you've taught me to laugh during difficult times, and encouraged your peers to step it up and achieve their dreams. The University of Maine is lucky to have you on their campus next year. I wish you all the best as you continue to pursue a successful life filled with family, friends, and faith. And now, it is with great aplomb and esteem that I present to you your Lawrence High School Salutatorian for the class of 2022, Mr. Gage Forrest Boudreau.
Good afternoon, graduating class of 2022 and their guests. To start my salutation, I'd like to thank Mr. Duran. Thanks to Mr. Duran, I'll never forget about Gibbons versus Ogden, the most influential steamboat case the U.S. Supreme Court has ever ruled on. Besides teaching me U.S. history, he also touched upon the numerous gardening tactics that his women-owned business utilizes to feed his many hungry customers, including composting methods and crop cycling. Excuse me. Mr. Duran was one of the many catalysts that allowed me to be successful in my high school career. How about a big round of applause for Mr. Duran? If you are one of the people who have not yet met me, consider yourself lucky. My name is Gage, or Greg, according to the Morning Sentinel. And I'm up here talking to you right now because I got good grades. However, I would not be up here if I hadn't been blessed with a top-notch support system. The LHS class of 2022 contains some of the best peers a fellow could ask for. Furthermore, it was evident that the staff of Lawrence Senior High wanted every student to succeed. Except for when Coach Ballard would tell me, don't leave a birdie putt short, and I would smack my 3-foot putt off the green, then proceed to get my third triple bogey of the front 9. For all you non-golfers, that is really, really bad. Besides playing mind games with me in crucial parts of the golf match, Ballard was an excellent coach and an excellent teacher. I only saw him lose his temper once, when I almost struck a kid in the dome with a golf ball during my freshman year. In my defense, I was playing behind Corbin, the slowest golfer of all time. Additionally, I have an amazing sister I can look up to. Morgan Boudreau is a stellar athlete and scholar in both high school and college, and she currently works in a prestigious engineering career. She has provided me with a positive role model that I can strive to be like. Clearly, the Boudreau kids were not like pancakes. The first one turned out pretty good too. I would be quite jealous of Morgan, but I see things in perspective. Although she got all the talent, I got all the beauty. Most importantly, I was given the best parents I could ask for. Don and Gary Boudreau never failed to feed me, which is a daunting task to say the least. And they made sure to push me out of my comfort zone so I would grow as a person. Today marks a turning point in our lives. We no longer have to ask someone permission to go to the bathroom. This newfound freedom comes with an unprecedented amount of responsibility. For many of us, we will be the only ones holding ourselves accountable. Rather than having teachers, parents, and guardians to push us to improve and succeed, we will have to take initiative to become the best versions of ourselves that we can be. An important thing to remember in your search for success is to set ambitious goals. Leslie Brown once said, "Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars." Although that is awfully corny, it is the way you should tackle a lot of things in life. If you look around to see what everyone else is doing, you are bound to be entrapped in mediocrity. If your desire is to excel, you ought to have outlandishly large goals. If you make your goals big enough, even if you only get halfway there, it will still result in success. I may never be able to go D1 in shot put, but in the process of striving for it, I ended up being a somewhat commendable high school shot putter. I may never bench press 500 pounds, but in the process, I'll become a stronger, more fit individual. Oftentimes, the end result is not what is satisfying in life. The view at the top of the mountain is much more satisfying after a grueling hike than it is after driving up it. One lesson I learned in high school is that I am bad at just about any sport that requires any sort of coordination. I gave up my pursuit of basketball in the 7th grade. I was simply not a basketball player. I would argue that I am the worst basketball player in the Central Maine area. Once I gave up basketball, this freed up my time to focus on lifting weights. This sport was much better suited to my skill set, and with years of consistency, I've been able to become a talented lifter. What I'm getting at is, if you are not cut out to be a basketball player, find your bench press. If you haven't found anything you excel at yet, it may be because you haven't tried enough stuff. Ecclesiastes 9:10 says, "Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. For in the realm of the dead, where you are going, there is neither working, nor planning, nor knowledge, nor wisdom." We are on this earth for a set amount of time. Don't wait until tomorrow to start chasing your goals. Or maybe wait until tomorrow, because tonight we're going to be busy at Project Grad. Whatever you end up doing, strive to be the best at what you do. As you all move forward in life, I wish you nothing but an abundance of blessings, success, happiness. I congratulate each and every one of you who managed to earn their diploma, and I implore you to thank any of the people who helped you through these last 4 years. Congratulations, class of 2022. Thank you for your attention and time, and go UMaine Black Bears.
Thank you, Gage. Next, I'd like to call to the podium Mr. Eric Brown, a science teacher, to introduce the class president of 2022. Mr. Brown?
That was very engaging. Engaging. That's what I mean. Caitlin Mayo. Not bad. Not bad. Let's try that one more time. Caitlin Mayo. Perfect. Perfect. Get your hands ready, because you may have to do that a few more times in the next 3.5 minutes. And you will be graded on audience participation. We'll put her in the spotlight tonight because she loves that. Actually, that's a lie. I made the mistake of cheering for her at the state track meet last week, and she came out of the discus circle and said, "Mr. Brown, please don't cheer for me." Oh well, into the spotlight she goes. You see, I have been given the distinct honor to introduce to you an amazing human being. Not only is she your class president, but she is also graduating 4th in your class, the class of 2022. And her name? Caitlin Mayo. Those of you in the junior high gym, pay attention, please, and play along. I don't think I heard you. What makes a person amazing, you might ask? Well, many things, of course, but a couple of them would have to be dedication and improvement. Or better yet, dedication to improvement. An amazing person works hard to improve their school and community, works hard to improve their team or club, and of course, is always working hard to improve themselves. And after witnessing how often Caitlin was called to the stage at yesterday's award ceremony, it is quite obvious that hard work pays off. Caitlin Mayo has worked diligently at all of these over the past 4 years. As for school and community improvement, your president bleeds blue and gray. She has written countless letters as a Santa's elf to students in our district through her participation in National Honor Society. She was one of the founding members of the new Sources of Strength group this year. And whenever Mr. Jones needed someone to get on the intercom to do the moment of silence and the pledge, this amazing human would be one of the first he would turn to. As far as team improvements, Caitlin Mayo is second to none. She dedicated her athletic career to improving the cheering team in the fall and the winter. Well, except for sophomore year winter when she blew out her knee. But more on that later. And as far as track is concerned, Caitlin was a multi-year captain we knew we could count on for just about anything. I remember one track meet. We got there a little early and had some extra time, so a bunch of us just started juggling. She grabbed 3 8-pound shot puts and was like, dun, 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 dun. Well, not really. Juggling is not her forte. But her dedication showed up at the state meet when she busted a personal record and chucked that discus 98 feet and 5 inches. And so, Caitlin Mayo is the 7th best discus thrower in the state. And when it comes to self-improvement, she knows that struggle is real. And she does not back down. There are countless examples where Caitlin Mayo has dug in her heels and put her nose to the grindstone to overcome obstacles. 2 such examples come to mind. I hope not many people in the house tonight have ever blown out a knee because it can be a traumatizing event. It takes a lot of literally blood, sweat, and tears to battle back from this injury. Caitlin suffered this injury as a sophomore, but she did not pack it in. She did what she had to do. To not only continue in athletics, but to thrive as a bulldog athlete for the remainder of her high school career. And academically, the example would have to be the bone practical exam in anatomy class. I'll spare you the details, but Caitlin put put in work to score a 99 on a test that gives even the best students a real run for their money. So there you have it, greatness personified. Good job, class of 2022, not just because you are graduating tonight, but because sometime way back in September, you voted for a class president who will work very hard for you, keeping your class organized and planning some hype reunions. Caitlin is heading to the University of New England next year to major in pre-med. She will one day be an amazing human who is also an amazing doctor. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's be mindful and enjoy this present moment. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to call to the stage the president of Bulldog Nation's class of 2022, the one and only Caitlin Mayo. Got your phone? Selfie time. This is really important. Smile, everybody.
I gotta put my glasses on for this one. Thank you, Mr. Brown, for the very kind introduction on this special day. You are the absolute best. I would also like to thank my family, my teachers, and other LHS staff members, my friends, my coaches, my classmates, and welcome to every person who is present this evening on one of the most important days of our lives. If it weren't for all of you, I would not have been able to achieve my greatest successes and be shaped into the woman I am today. So again, I thank you all. I am going to try and make this short and sweet because if I share everything, I will shed way too many tears. Guys, we did it. I am so happy and proud to stand here in front of my beloved friends and classmates and to remind you that on this day, our entire high school journey officially comes to an end. So give yourselves a round of applause. If you are like me, walking through the halls of Lawrence High School these last few days, the memories just wouldn't stop. My cerebral cortex was blowing up like our phones after we were told that we had 2 weeks off of school in March of 2020. The cerebral cortex is the outer crust of the brain responsible for reasoning, emotion, thought, language and composition, and most importantly, our memories. No matter if they were sad memories or happy memories, our brains are now filled with them, and they will be forever and ever. We finally made it to the bittersweet day of our graduation. It may be more sweet for some and more bitter for others, but today we close one chapter of our lives and begin a new one. If you think of your life as a story, then each day is like a page. So since we have been together for 4 years, it's like this chapter of our lives is 1,460 pages long, and that's a long chapter. You have been writing the pages of your life with all of these characters in 2022. The book has been filled with struggles, successes, sadness, happiness, cries, and laughs. It has been fun sharing this Bulldog saga with all of you. It may not be so simple, but this is the day that our 4 years together has come to an end. This chapter of our lives is called The Journey Through High School. It begins with the first step we took into Lawrence High School on our freshman year and culminates today as we walk across the stage to receive our diplomas. Even though everyone's chapter is extraordinarily unique, we all have one thing in common. This chapter does not last as long as we imagined. Our excited, little naive minds on the first day of high school thought that these 4 years would drag. But boy, were we wrong. These were actually the fastest and greatest years of our lives, and in the blink of an eye, we have reached the conclusion. For me, and hopefully for you, high school was an amazing experience. We have grown tremendously and have gained knowledge not only about the subjects we had to take, but also about life lessons that we will bring with us as we move forward to bigger and better things. As you cherish these lessons, reflect on the memories that sculpted you into who you are. We take with us the struggles that kept us up all night, building our never give up attitude. We take with us the person that Lawrence High School has shaped and molded us into. As you think back, please consider the people that took their time and honest effort to shape and mold us. These people are known as your teachers. This may be the most painful yet beautiful part of the story, because all along they have been preparing us for this day, and we can't thank them for enough. As you turn over the last page of this chapter and open to the first page of the next one, remember to never take nothing for granted and appreciate what you have. As you're working for a better future, don't forget to focus on the present, because the present is a gift. Remember to stay happy even when you're climbing a tough mountain. Remember that goals are important to have and to be proud of yourself once you achieve them. Remember to say I love you to those that you love, and remember to thank those that have molded you into the successful, strong, and amazing person that you are today. And finally, remember to never judge a book by its cover until you read the beauty of the story within it. Congratulations, class of 2022, and thank you for being a major part of my story.
Thank you, Caitlin. Lastly, I would like to call Mr. Scott Ballard, a longtime math teacher for us, who this year moved over to KVCC to chair their math department, but stuck around to teach one course for us, which we appreciate. So please, Mr. Ballard, come to the podium to introduce our valedictorian for the class of 2022.
That was perfect timing. My Apple Watch just told me it was time to stand, so that worked out really well. I don't like to disappoint my Apple Watch. Sorry for the glare. Feel free to put on sunglasses if you must. This class should be wearing sunglasses anyway because your future is so bright. You really should be wearing shades. My speech is 6 pages long, but don't worry, it's font size 22. Because that's the only way I can see it, although I did bring my readers, and they are blue. Everything I have is blue. I bleed blue. Even though I wear a little bit of maroon now, I'm still blue. Gage Boudreau, I remember that day I got mad at you. I want to say you were a freshman. A golf match at Levitt, and at golf matches, the coaches just basically ride the cart around and have fun and watch. The Levitt coach and I were parked beside each other on the green, by the green, not on the green. We don't park golf carts on the green. But we were near the green, and as the group ahead of Gage finished, Gage decided that he would hit the ball before they were off the green. From about, 200 yards probably, huh, Gage? Yeah, 9-9. As a freshman, a lot of Gage's shots didn't make it airborne, just saying. But this one did, and it was majestic. And the Levitt coach and I are looking as this ball soars majestically right at the head of one of the Levitt players. And in horror, we started screaming, 4, 4. And he dodged it just in time, whizzing by his head. And I jumped in that car, or I was in the car, and I bolted back to Gage. And I did get a little upset with you. But you made it up over the years with your humor. And last year, Gage taught me a lot of math. Yes, we as teachers learn a lot from you students. No doubt about it. In fact, Gage taught me that pi equals 3. He taught me that in calculus class last year, so I appreciate that, Gage. Anyway, oh wait, I'm getting a phone call. Hold on just a second. Wow, caller ID says it's the year 2062 calling me. Let me answer this real quick. Hello? Oh, that's cool. Okay, I will be happy to pass that on. All right. Huh, that's great. I almost just dialed my wife accidentally, by the way. Nate Pierce, stand up for a second, please. Yeah, yes. That was the year 2062 calling. And they knew I was doing a little intro for you tonight, and they wanted me to add this to my little speech. You are going to be the President of the United States in the year 2062. I thought that anyway, but this is just confirmation. But you know what? That's all cool, but I think you have bigger things in store. I really do. So, Nate, you can sit back down again. I'm going to embarrass you here in just a few minutes, but if you guys don't mind, I'm going to give you a little fatherly advice to the whole group, if that's okay. I've been teaching for 33 years, and I feel like every graduating class adds a little bit to the fiber of who I am, and that creates this composite of who I've become as an educator and as a person. You guys, I don't think I've ever had a class add more. And it's in a unique scenario where I wasn't even really here full-time this year, but you guys added an awful lot. From you guys, I learned perseverance, persistence, fortitude. It has not been a normal journey for you guys. And I have the most admiration for you. It's unreal how much admiration I have for you. So a round of applause, please, for the class of 2022. By the way, that was a whole page right there, so we're getting there, okay? It has been an interesting 4 years for sure, but you have persevered and made it to this momentous event. You have uniquely endured a lot during your high school career. Of any graduating class I've seen in my 33 years of teaching, the class of 22 is the one that is most battle-tested and ready for the world. Being a glass half full kind of guy, though, I want to look to the future instead of lamenting the events of the past. In all my years in education, I've never seen more opportunities for a graduating class. It's impossible not to notice the workforce shortage in pretty much every field. So I encourage you guys strongly, follow your dreams, find a career that's going to make you happy, and go for it. Do not sell yourself short. You guys are awesome. You deserve every bit of happiness, and there's a lot of opportunity out there for you. So strive for that. So graduates. And I'm going to get to Nate in just a minute. There's a lot to talk about that young man. But this, and I had Nate in mind from the beginning to end of all of this, even the fatherly advice that's kind of directed to all of you. So graduates, take pride in how far you have come. Have faith in how far you can go. But don't forget to enjoy the journey. I'll say it again. Take pride in how far you have come. Have faith in how far you can go. But don't forget to enjoy the journey. One of my favorite other quotes is, life is what happens to you while you're making other plans. It is easy to start chasing happiness by wanting to acquire your next car, or buy a house, looking forward to vacation, etc. And as soon as you get that, you just start chasing the next thing. I think of some of the things I've learned in my 57 years, and I want to pass this on to you. I really want to encourage you to stop and smell the roses, live each moment to the fullest, take nothing for granted, and take on that glass half full mentality. I recently, and you guys do that already. You really do. I'm just kind of reinforcing that. I recently attended a workshop where the presenters talked about living above or below the line, and I feel like it's pretty powerful. So if you can indulge me for 30 seconds, I'll just tell you what that was about. Living above the line means taking ownership and being accountable for your actions and responsible for your own decisions and life choices. Living below the line means you have a sense of entitlement, look elsewhere for blame, make excuses, and live in denial. People living above the line look for solutions to problems, while people living below the line look to pass the buck and blame others. Let's face it, nobody lives above the line all the time. Pretty much every time I play golf, I live below the line a little bit. Or every time I watch my beloved New York Giants lose game after game after game, I tend to slip below the line a little bit. But I encourage you guys all to live above the line as much as possible moving forward, which again, you're already doing. As I look at this amazing graduating class, it is obvious to me that we have an above-the-line group poised to make a positive difference in the world. We are so proud of you. I want to talk about Nate. This could go on for hours. People, your valedictorian, a young man named Nathaniel Pierce, and by the way, future president, as we've learned here tonight, is a person consistently living above the line. I was fortunate enough to have Nate in class a couple of different times, and he was absolutely stellar. His approach to learning is amazing. He has tremendous maturity. In fact, not even close, he's a lot more mature than I am. He is so intuitive, and his approach to problem solving is outstanding. Nate approaches his work with a quiet confidence that is rare to see, and he does not disappoint with his solutions. Nate embodies the word student-athlete. While his educational exploits are incredible, his athletic and co-curricular achievements are equally impressive. Sorry, my phone just started ringing. And it's not 2062 that time. It was a potential spam. All right, Nate truly excelled. Nate played soccer. I forgot where I was, but so if I repeat something, just bear with me. Nate played soccer and was on the track team for all 4 years of high school. Nate truly excelled in swimming, however, and ended his career with some major accomplishments, including 6 Lawrence School records, multiple KVAC, state, and USA swimming awards. In addition to all these athletic exploits, Nate found time to participate in math team, chorus, marching band, show choir, and drama, as well as being an active member of the National Honor Society. If I detailed all of Nate's accomplishments and awards, we would be here all night. Let's just simply say the kid is good at everything. I never saw anything that Nate wasn't good at, with the possible exception of his golf game does need a little bit of work, but we're right there with you, Nate. I think all of us could say that same thing. Nate serves as a perfect template for what a high school student should strive for. He is a young man of tremendous ability, conviction, and morals. Having Nate in class was pure joy, not only because of his intellectual contributions to the class, but also because of his unassuming, respectful, and considerate nature. I never saw him step out of the lane. He was always considerate of others. He was always confident, respectful, without question. I just recall having such a good, reassuring feeling when Nate walked into my classroom each day. Even in stats class, which I know was not Nate's favorite subject. I think he would probably agree with that. Anyway, Nate will be attending the United States Naval Academy in the fall. How about a round of applause just for that alone? And for that, oh, I'm sorry. This is my wrong version. Nate will be attending Bates College in the fall. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That is my mistake. And I knew that. I don't know why I just said that. We are all very proud of him. Also, don't you simply feel better about our future when you hear that Nate will be one of our future leaders? I know I do. I am proud to have had the opportunity to work with Nate. Ladies and gentlemen, your valedictorian, Nathaniel Pierce. Sorry about that, Nate. I did know that. I don't know. I had a momentary panic there for a second. Do you need your speech? Here's your speech right there.
Thank you, Mr. Ballard, for the very kind introduction. Mr. Ballard was one of the most influential teachers in my high school experience. I was lucky enough to have him during both my sophomore and junior year. He taught me AP Calculus AB, AP Calculus BC, and AP Statistics. These may just sound like boring, difficult math classes to you, but they were much more than just math classes to me. Mr. Ballard would always come up with some witty jokes or sayings to keep the class engaged and laugh. I enjoyed going into his class every day to hear what he would have to say. But even beyond this, Mr. Ballard was always there to help and guide us in any way he could. I could tell he truly cared about all of us and wanted us to succeed. Having Mr. Ballard as a mentor has helped shape me into who I am and is a major reason why I will continue to study math in college at Bates. So, thank you, Mr. Ballard. I would also like to congratulate my best friend, Gage Boudreau. We have been best friends since first grade, and I'm glad to be able to be up here tonight with him. We have been battling it out for first for the last 4 years now, And I just want you to all know that I only beat him by .02 points. In the end, I came out on top, but I truly believe he deserves valedictorian just as much as I do. In anticipation of learning who would be number 1 and 2, Gage and I talked a lot, and I think it was a consensus that we really didn't mind who was number 1. We were just glad to be up here together, still as best friends. So good evening, fellow peers, teachers, family, and administrators. I would like to thank you all for being here tonight. Soon, many of us will leave this school and move on to further things. But before we do, we should remember some of the memories we have made throughout the past 12 years together. Throughout all the highs and lows of high school and school before, we have persevered to make it to where we are today. Soon, now, we should look back on where we are going, where we came from, with pride, before we look on to where we're going with anticipation. It is hard to believe that just 4 years ago, we were all walking into this high school for the first time as little freshmen. Many of us were nervous and anxious. However, there are many teachers and fellow students who helped guide us through the difficult times. I am sure many of you can remember people who had an impact on you. Some of them, those who influenced me, include Mr. Ballard, Mr. Milady, Mrs. Meisner, Mr. Duran, Mrs. Janess, and Mr. Brown. There is one thing all of these teachers have in common, and it is that they are all genuine and caring people who truly believe in their students here at Lawrence High School. I can remember looking up to these teachers, as well as other captains of my sports teams and music ensembles, and wanting to be a leader like them. However, I don't think I truly understood the meaning of what it was to be a leader. This last year, my swim coach, Mike Schmidt, chose to start each practice with some words of wisdom. He told us that in order to be a successful team, we needed to have leaders at all levels. This meant that the oldest and most experienced swimmers need to be leaders to support the younger kids, so the younger kids can learn to grow to be leaders themselves. This is how successful organizations, teams, communities are developed. This finally turned a light on in my head, and for the first time, I made a connection to how I could become a more effective leader. Although I always struggled with understanding what makes a great leader, like many others, I now know that one does not need to follow a specific template to become one. Many leadership traits are learned from those we admire and respect. Take the experiences and wisdom you learn from these people to improve who you are. Although I and many of you probably did not realize it at the time, we were gaining leadership skills over the past 4 years from those who supported us. Developing and honing my leadership skills has been one of the most important lessons I've learned here at Lawrence High. Being a member of the community here has instilled values such as honesty, commitment, and dedication to a goal, and how to inspire others. I've learned that being a leader is doing the right thing, even when it is difficult. I've learned to put my pride to the side at times in order to help others succeed. And most importantly, I've learned that failure is just a part of life, and to embrace it to persevere through. I believe many of these values are taught and learned here at Lawrence High. I know, looking at my fellow peers here with me tonight, that we have many leaders in the class of 2022. I know many of us sitting here today have been captains of sports teams and music groups, and have been volunteers in the community and other organizations. However, something is to remember is one does not need to be a captain or a recognized leader to be one. Oftentimes, the greatest leaders are the ones who are not recognized or do not want to be recognized. One does not need to be the loudest voice in the room or the highest ranked position to lead, as leaders are required at all levels of an organization. So, as we leave here tonight to continue on to the rest of our lives, there will be many emotions, some happy and some sad. Just remember these values that we have learned here at Lawrence High School and apply them wherever you go. Some people will go far away and some will stay here, but don't be strangers. Wherever your paths take you, remember that you will always remain a Bulldog and know that you can always come back to Lawrence High. Congratulations and good luck to the Lawrence High School class of 2022. Thank you.
Thank you, Nate. At this time, I would like to call Mr. Brian Jones, our assistant principal, to the podium for the presentation of diplomas.
Thank you, Mr. Bowers. Good evening. Marshals, please prepare your classmates to receive their diplomas. Nathaniel Scott Pierce. Renee Michelle McDonald. Corbin Michael Kissinger. Caitlin Michelle Mayo. Emily Teresa Rhodes. Blair Jamie Lynn Fortin. Amelia Lourdes Charlin. Gage Forrest Boudreau. Michael Brown. Hannah Piper Higgins. Sarah Elizabeth Townsend. Dakota Ray Woodbury. Mackenzie Johanna Orgill. Madison Marie Smith. Mariah Lynn Laurie. Taylor Webster Wilkie. Olivia Morgan Getchell. Ayana Tita Sumanipan. Jaslyn Sage Grace Butler. Haley Marie Niles. Lucas Ferreira. Heaven Dyer. Elizabeth Jane Hatch. Isabel Marie Hanson Eaton. Emma Marie Poulin. Sadie Rose Robillard. Ryan Bowley. Paige Elizabeth Ledger. Cade Scott. Jade Muzima. Alexis Celine Levesque. Kylie White. Joseph Caleb Charles Casey. Holly Lynn Bolduc. Emily Daisy Haggerty. Sage Marie Brown. Alexis May Gordon. Kay Lynn Belanger. Haley Isabel Wing. Roberta Luis Bellos. Timothy Taro. Maximus Edward Devine Openshaw. Bryce Sanderson Goodwin. Ricky Orgill. Trinity Eva Marie Green. Thomas Hugh Hedman. Lillian Achille Lambert. Mia Bella Suzanne Sione. Taya Bard. Gage Garland. Braden Alley. Colby Anderson. Mitchell Luce. Cassidy Rude. Mary Spalding. Molly Rainwater McFarland. Kesa Elizabeth Mai Salisbury. Emmett Starbird. Anna Sarah Allen. Connor Lee Pottle. Braden Laverdier. Lila Marie Pierce. Hannah Killam. Kaylee Margot Marks. Zach Salisbury. Jalen Woods. Matthew Trombley. Kai Williams. Wyatt Noyes. Logan Carpenter. Ethan Stewart. Ryan Scanlon. Dakota Ryan Henderson. Thank you. Cameron Littlefield. Colby White. Jesse Dixon. Abigail Townsend. Sydney Jenna Makowski. Nathan Gerard. Paige Mansfield. Jada Leanne Fowler. Sierra Knights. Kalia Williams. Nicholas Cody. Emily May Fortin. Emily Elizabeth Hersey. Kent White. Benjamin Edward Mention. Braden Parker. Brandon Butler. Adrian O'Connell. Kendrick Hamlin. Kaylee Ray Batchelder. Kylie Brianne Kirian. Noah Weber. Colby Schrader. Ashton St. Peter. Zachary Craig. Hunter Garand. Ethan Timmons. Andrew Trombley. Store Boyden. Noah Lambert. Jack Christopher Gibson. Dylan Robert Dickinson. Toby Keith Sullivan. Damian Michael Peavy. Brandon Lee. Cody Thomas Craig. Michaela Antoinette Furlan. Trey James Goodwin. At this time, I would like to call Class President Caitlin Mayo to the stage for the turning of the tassels. You guys can get them up. Yep. They'll get them up.
Graduates, if you would just turn around where you are. Graduates, turn around where you are so they can get pictures. It's my great pleasure to introduce the graduates of the class of 2022.
Studios video production proudly presents the Lawrence High School class of 2022.